Angel of the Winds Arena in Everett, Washington. It's the Seattle Storm taking on the Minnesota Lynx.
The ball, and that's in the hands of Collier.
Seattle in the home whites, Minnesota the road blues, and Jewel Lloyd step back, just money from 15 feet on the baseline. We'll drive by Collier, playing her first game back for Minnesota after winning a championship in France. This is that shot. It'll be Storm basketball. Sue spinning in the lane and hitting, and right away Seattle 2 for 2. For this 4-1 Storm basketball team, they've had to come from behind in many games this year to win. Here's a floater in the middle, and that's Dangerfield.
Fell into the second round, but everybody knows now, after she averaged 16 points per game last year, she can score in this league.
Stephanie Talbot with the step through. How about that move? And 3 for 3 on the Seattle Storm to start things up. Lloyd getting a pick from Stewie. Throws it inside to Brianna, and you're not going to stop that when she gets that close. Seattle's got the momentum here in the first 2.5 minutes. Inside Russell, getting everybody a touch. How about this? Bird to inbound. Here's Lloyd, 3 on the shot clock. She sees it, fades away, and hits, and that's just the way the season has gone. Second turnover on Minnesota. They have 1 field goal, and here's Sue, just Statue of Liberty, holds it up with the right hand and lays it up and in.
Outside, deliver a pass like that.
Here's Sue, 0 for 2 now from 3-point range, but right there, again, she's been in the right place at the right time all season long. Mercedes Russell for the putback, 17-4. Helps the Minnesota Lynx wake up a little bit, because it has been a brutal first 5 minutes of action for Cheryl Reeves' team. And here's Sylvia Fowles right away with a nice slide move inside.
Mismatch.
Around the horn. You better believe it. Yet Dangerfield on Russell inside, and Sylvia Fowles came to help, but a little bit late, and Russell
shorter than Mercedes Russell, trying to check her on the block.
High-low. Oh, brilliantly done there. Collier down to Sylvia Fowles, and that's what Minnesota did not have 8 nights ago. They didn't have that high-low because they didn't have Collier. Collier on the push, into the corner, wide open McBride, and you can't leave Kayla open over there. Sylvia, backdoor cut, Kayla McBride up and in. Still got the win, but barely.
That's why in overtime it was Stewie and Jewel and Sue playing more minutes than you really want them to.
Here's Brianna, nice catch, and even better finish with the left hand. She caught that right in front of the rim. Collier in her first time back. First game of the season, she is 0 for 4. Here's Jewel going right at Collier, and there's the strength of Jewel Lloyd, just kind of forcing her way in there.
And the one thing the defense does not want to do is foul Jewel Lloyd, who is automatic at the foul line.
Carlton for 3, steps back and hits it. The only starter left. Ooh, Ezzie McGregor comes in, and her presence is felt immediately with a block shot. 2 on the shot clock. McBride trying for her second 3 of the game, and she knocks it down. That was broken. They got it fixed. Minnesota was broken up to that point. They haven't been broken since. Epiphany Prince all the way to the window, scores. The 5 for 5 start since then. They are still pretty good. 8 of 15 since then. And there's Candace Dupree. Collier now, Carlton against Epiphany Prince. Tough shot for 15. He gets it to go after being ice cold in the first 5 minutes. Backdoor cut. Kennedy Burke, that shot's blocked from behind. Well done. I think it was Collier that got a piece of that.
And Kennedy Burke had no idea there was anyone behind her.
And then she gets beat on the other end. Or at least tie it up. Here's Collier with it against Ezzie, and it is tied. 29-29.
13-point lead, and they've walked it back. Seattle against Minnesota in game 1, down 19 to get the win.
And there's without the push-off. She might have that by halftime today. Here's Brianna with it. Inside to Candace Dupree. Probably should have gone up with it. She does after the pass gets knocked back into her hands, and she puts it up and in. 4 points for Candace. McBride against Prince. Looking inside. Sylvia Fowles. Cannot let her get the ball inside of 6 feet. There's no question about that. Sylvia Fowles that far inside the painted area, but Fowles misses that one, and Dupree's kind of feeling it right now, isn't she? Ooh, Candace Dupree. Seattle led by the 7 points of Jewel Lloyd from the starters, but Candace Dupree off the bench is the leading scorer for the Storm with 8. And here's Epiphany Prince who's doing damage. She now matches Candace Dupree.
And Seattle jumped out to a 13-point lead, and Minnesota came back, tied it up, and now Seattle on a run, and that's a big stick by Stewie.
At the step back, instead gets rid of it. Now inside fouls. Brianna trying to push her out. Oh, fouls goes right by Brianna. And nice footwork as well. There you just saw ball handling, maneuverability, and strength from Sylvia Fowles. Brianna off to the races.
5 on 4.
Seattle's such a good fast-breaking team. Now Sue has it. Somebody forgot to guard the future Hall of Famer, and that's basically her favorite spot on the floor. That wing jump shot.
That's what early offense does for you. It creates mismatches because somebody has to take ball, and that's not their player, and people get lost.
There's Candace Dupree getting her hand on the basketball on an errant pass. Talbot with it. Might have pushed it back to Dupree, the trailer, but instead she forces contact. Picks up the basketball, now Brianna Stewart. Seattle with their biggest lead of the night, 15. Surpasses the 14 they had when it was 17-3. And here's Brianna Stewart inside, bodies, finishes. They outscored Minnesota 57-30 in the second half. Oh, offensive rebound putback is just erased by Brianna Stewart. Sue the other way. Bounce pass inside. Candace Dupree gets the position on the smaller Dangerfield.
This is a potent offensive lineup on the floor right now.
Yes, it is. Here's Sue with it. Pull up from 10. That one's good. 22-point lead, and they continue to walk further. Collier working on the smaller Talbot, works her way all the way in. Talbot's going to need some help when that happens.
Really could have caused some concern. I know the score is big, it's 20, but there's plenty of time as we saw in Minnesota.
Jewel explodes to the rim and scores, and she'll go to the free throw line. I think you're right. I think if Minnesota working on Sue, out comes Mercedes Russell to help and causes the turnover. 3-on-2 the other way. Sue's just going to pull up from the free throw line and knock it down. 63-40 Seattle.
Brilliant decision by Suber.
Fowles can hit that from 18 and does. What a pretty jump shot by Sylvia Fowles.
Over 6'6", Mercedes Russell. Look that they wanted, you kick it in, and people were open.
There's Jewel and sneaking the back door is Mercedes Russell. A good or more field goal attempts is below 50%, including Brianna Stewart, who is now 5 of 8 with 13 points.
That pick and roll was perfecto. I mean, that is how you draw it up.
He's saying, go up high, Jewel. I'll set a screen for you. Jewel doesn't use the screen, doesn't need the screen. She coasts in with her right hand. Team All-WNBA. She's been a 2-time All-Star, as you mentioned. Not a first-team All-WNBA, but she has certainly had that type of season thus far.
Well, I think that...
And off the window, no good. Tipped around, and Sylvia Fowles brings it down. Collier, one-on-one on Brianna Stewart. You got 8 players watching 2 there, and a nice move by Nafisa Collier around Stewie.
She is just so smooth.
Hands off of Carlton. Carlton still has it. Lobs it inside to Sylvia Fowles, and fronting was Stephanie Talbot, but the pass was on the money.
And that was right over the top of it.
27-point advantage. The largest was 29 for Seattle. Banham against Jewel Lloyd, and she gets to go. A nice move there.
You have to get out.
Many of them very, very easy. Tiffany Prince crosses over McBride. Kennedy Burke wide open right there, and again, I mean, dribble, drive, break.
Setting her feet so far this season. That's going to be a weapon coming off the bench if she can continue to hit from long range.
Sean gets it back to Dantas. Dantas for 3. Snuggles at home. Second chance points there for Minnesota. Makes it 80.
Hit a 3-pointer this season. It's a part of her game she has been really working on. You want to see her get one to go down so she can get that monkey off.
How about the use of angles by Candace Dupree there? Reverse pivot, so soft. Canada off the heel of the iron, and Minnesota comes the other way. McBride snuggles at home, 82-61. It kind of feels like one of those games that defines lots of quick threes. Here's Dantas from the corner, and that's good. And it's a 12-point game. But the clock, too much a factor now. Seattle's going to go the final 8 minutes and 32 seconds without scoring a point. I guarantee you, that's the first time in Storm history they've ever done that and won by double digits.